Hello and welcome to an all-new Geek World Order video. Randy here, and today we have an all-new vintage toy review here for you. And we are looking at the Maxima Warrior Clawjaw from the Vintage Beast Wars series. And he is a basic class figure that transforms into a squid. So let's take a look at him. He's got these red and orange plastics. He's got some purple in his design. He's got these really nice yellow eyes with these black details. There's a lot of color in the figure. This is like bright 90s exuberance. And he's got his claw, his tentacles, which ball joints because of limbs. He's got these two tentacles here. They theoretically move, like they can move independently of each other, but just the way they're on a pin, they do move a lot. But you can move them independently of, but you can, move them in the opposite directions. It's got these that, you can move these tentacles out a little bit, but the transformation, this part of transformation. Now he does have here on the back, you'll notice this is a push button, and sometimes you might have to pull this panel just to give a little better push, but yeah. So he does have this mechanism where he can, so he has the mouth action there. And overall, this is a very, I like this figure. I like the beast mode on it. You can kind of tell where some of the parts are, but overall, and he's got a halfway decent transformation to him. So let's take a look at that. So let's start here. Yeah, this panel just kind of folds in on itself, but you can just kind of move that. Just kind of move it out of the way for now. This part you're gonna pull up and rotate that around. And then you can just kind of pull that back down. The legs, you're gonna separate them. And yeah, he's got like, basically rotate those and flip the feet up. And yeah, so he's got like these massive thigh-high boots. There's legs. You'll wanna bring those down. And then just kind of move his arms out and down. And then these panels are just gonna literally flip right around, and the head is gonna pop right up. So let's take a look at the head sculpt on this bad boy, because it's a nicely detailed head sculpt. You've got and even the head just looks nautical themed. It looks like an ocean creature transformer. So I do like the details in the head sculpt. He's got those yellow eyes, just like the squid mode does. Purple head with some red detailing. It looks kind of menacing, but he is a Maximal, surprisingly, not a Predacon. Head's on a ball joint, so technically he can go all the way around. My figure's just a little bit tight. Ball joints. So yeah, you can basically just do a lot of stuff. I know the panels get in the way a little bit of the rotation. You can actually get a decently far back leg on him. So surprisingly, yeah, you might have to rotate him a little bit. But yeah, even just like keeping him still, he gets a decent rotate back. Might be a little impeded moving forward, but he can do pretty much a full high knee kick if you move the tentacle out of the way there. So the back pieces can make him a little top heavy. So you almost have to be careful with how you adjust the tentacles, because it is going to slightly affect his balance. These are a little top heavy, so sometimes you might have to move him just so he stands correctly. Of course, you can have these things pointed forward. You can always pretend they're extra guns. I know with a lot of insect transformers, I mean, just like Black Arachne and Tarantulas on the show, they use their extraneous limbs as guns, so I don't see why Clawjaw couldn't do it here, or you can have them like multiple guns with all the suctions or some kind of weapon array. So definitely some imagination possibilities. He does have a rub sign here, which his is not that easy to see. So overall, he does have some things that you can do imagination-wise with him. Just as far as, oh yeah, and he's got, I mean, granted it's due to transformation, but he does have a full waist rotation. And of course, in this mode, you can do and just have him like clawing at Predacons from his chest. So as far as his weaponry, and you could probably technically have these pointed out and be like lasers or an extra trapping mechanism. So surprisingly, there are some interesting things you can do with this figure. And it's sort of one of my favorite things about these basic Beast Wars figures. They kind of take advantage of the ball joints and some of the, even if they're more limited articulation options than we have in figures today, they still manage to take care of it and take advantage of it. Because unfortunately, this guy has no usable hand. He's one of those Maximals that's probably going to see a lot of combat, but not a lot of console duty. Oh, and the other thing here is, here he has this piece that you can literally just flick out. It's got a little thing there, and you can see there's a hole right there. So he does have this extra weapon that you can put in his port. So basically he has an extra weapon. You can use it like Wolverine, you can use it like Wolverine claws, or basically, you can kind of have a somewhat usable hand. So I guess he can hit some buttons on a console. But yeah, so he has a hand weapon, and it really does nicely just fit right in there. Pops into place on the little tab. Very nice. But overall, I do love this figure. This is probably one of my favorite of the basic Beast Wars figures, because it just does, like I said, these basic guys really take advantage of their limitations and definitely use the ball joints to their advantage as far as articulation goes. So this was a very creative character and a very creative toy that kind of takes advantage of its limitations. And I appreciate this toy for it. So that is Beast Wars Maximal Warrior Clawjaw. That'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Please take a moment to like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't at this point already. And thank you for coming along with the journey. Thank you for supporting. I will see y'all next time.